Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. We'll continue with the series of the SAP Financial Accounting. The last time we were able to create asset code. So let's just display an asset code, the asset code we created, which is this. So we use AS03 as the code to check the asset code. And if at all you want to see the asset that was created before now, how you can go about it. So what you can do, you can just hold on, please. So I'll go back. So, I've always been promoting the use of the paths to get to what, to get to where, because you could forget the T code sometimes, but if you don't know the path, you figure out what to do. So you need to go to assets, then you come to change. So from there, you'll be able to see. You want to see the asset, you want to view, or you want to see, right? So AS02 is to view or change something in the asset. If you want to create the asset, use AS01 to create an asset. So we'll just look at the asset instead of creating another one. So this is the asset code number that was generated at the point of creating the asset. I'll go inside, and then this is the asset that was created. This is the asset code that was created. And we said the first thing that needs to be done before you on asset, the first thing you need to do is to create an asset code. The asset code is what will be created first before you can do anything with asset. So assets can be acquired through the purchase organization, that is through the environment. You can purchase an asset through You can also purchase an asset directly. That's an FI asset. You can purchase an asset directly. So we'll just demonstrate how to acquire an asset now. We have created an asset code. We won't be able to demonstrate the in this particular video. Maybe in future video, you'll see how we acquire asset through the PR, PU, that's the purchase order, then the environment. Don't just put it as that, the environment. So today we'll just see how we can acquire assets directly through FI. So this is the asset code that we have created. We created it under this asset class. So I'll just open another screen. I'll just Control N to open another screen, and then I'll come to this place. So once we acquire asset, how do we acquire an asset? So you acquire asset through vendor, right, or through intercompany, and we can acquire asset through different means. But the one we'll be demonstrating is through a vendor. So, like I used to say, you go through your accounting, you go to your financial accounting, come to fixed assets, then you come to posting, then you come to acquisition, then you call external acquisition, and you see this F-90 is to acquire an asset through what? Through a vendor. Like I said before now, you can also acquire an asset through offsetting entry, you can acquire an asset through clearing or through intercompany. So these are possible ways of acquiring an asset, right? So we'll use this one, which is F-90. I'll double click it. And then it will bring me to this screen. It will bring us to this screen. This is the screen that the environment, it will bring us in. So what are the first thing we need to do? We need to put document date. So I'll just say maybe 01/01/2024. Let me 01/2024. Then all the other parameters like this KR is invoicing, right? Because we want to acquire an asset. Because if you go to a vendor, just look at it, you go to any place you want to go and buy a fridge or refrigerator or toaster or iron. You go to a vendor, right, to buy that thing. That could be an asset to you, right? You are buying through a vendor. That's what we're demonstrating. So the company code we are using is AY01. So put all the parameter and then you put a reference. Let's say asset acquisition. Acquisition. Can use the same thing as the documented that text. Then I'll come down. Here you see putting key 31. So 31 is for invoicing, is to post a vendor invoicing. So you put 31 here, and then you look for a vendor. So let me go inside to look for a particular vendor. Don't go inside. Let me filter the vendor through a company code. So I'll put my company code, which is this JY01, then I'll continue the search there. So this is the vendor I've created one, which is this. So I'll go inside, I'll click enter on my keyboard, I'll continue. This is just a warning. Anytime you see anything like an orange, it's a warning, just continue. Continue. Then we're faced with an error, which is in company code JY01, the number is missing for this. So, and I know we've spoken about number range before in the past video. We said number range is embedded in the document type, right? I'm sure we have said that before. So I'll just quickly create this number range or open another screen. And to create a number range, use LBN1. I could also show you the parts. I think I've shown us the part before, so I don't want to elongate that in this video. So I'll just click on interval, and I'll come to the place to put 19 to 2024 because the posting year is 2024. So I'll say 1900. I just hope it doesn't reflect. Let's say 1. Let me do something. Like, and I'll just say 5000. 9. Let me see if it doesn't conflict with the previous. So save it. Okay, I'll go ahead, save it now. So I've saved it. Go back. So I'll just go back to the previous item. I'll click enter on my keyboard. Clicking enter on my keyboard. Click enter on my keyboard. What's happening? Okay, now good. You see, I created this in 2024, but the posting date is current 28/04/2025. Can you see that? And that's why this error is not going. It's not going out. Yeah. So, in order to make it go out, I'll start this process again because I want to post in 2024 F-90. Then I'll put the country code. Then I won't forget 01/01/2024. So I'll change this posting period to be 01. And then the reference, like I said before now, I'll put asset acquisition. I'll put this as well. Then I'll come down to put the vendor, which I'd already imputed before. I'll just click enter on my keyboard and it will bring me an error that posting takes place in previous fiscal year. I say yes because I want to post 2024. I'll continue. And then you see it has cleared through that error because I was posting in 2025. The posting data I was using before now was 2025. Whereas I want to post in 2024. So that's just what it means. You can see the posting year is 2024. And that's the error message. So we are here. So I'll just put 1000. I'll put 1000. Let's say the item I'm buying is just 1000. So I'll put 1000. I'll say maybe purchase. Let me say Philip iron. Now the other leg, because we're using the double entry principle, that is for every credit there must be a corresponding debit. Now we have to debit. We are credited the vendor. You can see this the vendor. We are crediting the vendor because we have to pay the vendor, right? We are crediting the vendor. So you credit the giver and debit the receiver. So the receiver in this case is what is the asset. So put the asset which is the posting key for an asset is 70. Right, is 70. So you can see A, which is insert account type is insert, which is A. And the what they call it the decoding posting key is what is D, which is debit. You can see debit. So put debit. If you go inside 75 is for credit. You can go inside and see that. So what are you supposed to put here? What you are putting here is the assets code that you have created. What you'll be putting here is the asset code that you have created. So let's go and look for our asset code. Remember, we've created an asset code before, which is this. You have to copy the asset code that you have created. I'll copy it. Then I'll bring it to this place. I'll paste it here. Right? Now, in this place, this transaction type is very important. You can go inside and take one transaction type. So I'll be picking external asset acquisition because I'm acquiring the assets from externally, right? So I'll pick 100. You can see under transaction type, input 100. I'll click enter on my keyboard. Good. Okay, now it's telling us asset JY01 is being processed by my user. The reason is because I'm in this asset. So that's why this is the screen that's making it to be seeing that. So I need to go out of this screen. So I'll go out of this place. Then I'll click enter again. This error will go off. Now, the other error that is coming up again is balance carry forward is required for company code that. So let's look at the error. So the error message is balance carry forward. So the essence why I'm showing you all this error is because you want to become a consultant, an FICO consultant. And so if we do not ensure that you see some of this error, how do you intend to resolve them when you are faced with real life challenge? And that's why we ensure that you see all the errors and how you can resolve them. That's why we're showing all these things. So balance carry forward is required for company code JY0. So that's what we'll do that. So First, let's open another screen. So to do carry forward, it's asking us to balance carry forward. So balance carry forward are the items you do at month end or yearly, right? So balance carry forward is what we do yearly. It's not even a monthly schedule for periodic processing. It's a yearly uh, process that we do to move all the items for all the GLs from the previous year to the recent year or to the current year. So you can see the error is pointing us towards to let me see again 2023. You can see and ledger 01 in what in 2023. So go back. How do we go? The T code to do balance carry forward is FAGLGVTR. This is the T code. The T code is FAGLGVTR. So, but I will show you the path. You come to accounting, you come to financial accounting, you come to general ledger. So you go to periodic processing, and then let me see. So you may not also want to go through this part, general ledger, right? You go through assets. We're acquiring an asset, right? Acquire asset. So you go through assets, and then you come to periodic processing, and then you come to fiscal year change. We said a year end closing. We said that process is a year end closing, right? So year end closing, this is not what we're looking at. We're looking at fiscal year change, balance carry forward. Can you see balance carry for central for FI? So this is how you come to the point. You come to what? Financial accounting, you come to your asset, you come to periodic processing, then you come to what? Fiscal year change. So FAG or GBTR. That's the take code. I'll double click it and to bring me to this place. Now I'll not put anything on the ledger. I'll just put my company code, which is what JY01. Then I'll come to carry forward to fiscal year. So the fiscal year we want to carry forward to is to be 2023. So let's do 2023 because the error says 2023. Let's do that. Let's test it. It's still in test environment, so let's just go ahead and execute. Then we see if we're fine. If we have a green check mark, then it means that we're fine. So let's see. So as you can see, I'm not sure we have any error messages. No issue found. You can see no issue found. So let's go back one leg, then remove the test run, and then click on the execute. Then we execute to move all the items from the previous year towards 2023. Let's do this and see what happens. As you can see, no issue found. I think we're fine. So let's go back one leg. Let's go back to this. Sorry, let's come back to this. And then let's click enter again on our keyboard. We expect that the error is resolved, but let's start it again. Sometimes some of these things requires you to start again. So I'll just put again, then I'll just change this posting period to 01 because it's January. So I'll go down and quickly just do this. Then I'll click enter again on my keyboard and then I'll put the previous amount, which is 1000, put text here. So I'll put 70, which is debit. I'll put the asset code. Then I'll put the transaction type. I'll click enter again on my keyboard. Now you can see another error has come up. Can you see the previous error has been resolved, which is balance carry forward? This is another error. This error is saying technical clearing account is not maintained for chart of account. So you open this and see. Let's see what is happening here. So here this is saying technical clearing account is not maintained for chart of account, right? So what we do now is to go and maintain this in technical clearing account, right? So what you can do is to click on this and it should take you straight to the technical clearing account. Click on this and you can see the system has brought us to this place. How do you get to this place? You come to assets. I'll show you under the SPRO, but I think you should be able to understand this as well. Come through financial accounting, then you come to assets accounting, then you come to integration with general ledger accounting, then you come to technical clearing account. I could also show you from another screen, so which is SPRO, or you use SING. So you come to what financial accounting, you come to asset accounting, like I said, then you come to integration with general ledger because technical clearing account is I'll explain what it means, but let's continue first. Integration with general ledger account, then you come to technical clearing account, then you define technical clearing account from integrated asset account, right? So I'll go down and just use this one. define technical clearing account. So what does this thing do? These are some of the maintenance you need to do in the system before you can acquire an asset. Integration clearing account is just a holding account. It's like a holding account. It's an intermediary account that allows posting from one account to another account, right? It's an intermediary account. It's a holding account, right? You see what we meant by that by the time we show you in the system. So I'll click on new entry. I just click on new entry. The chart of account we are using is JY0, and then I'll just put a GL because a GL is what you mapped here. I'll use 220301. I'll enter on my keyboard. So here is saying this GL does not exist. Yes, this GL does not exist, so I have to create one. So in creating GL, I know we have shown it before when we are doing general ledger accounting using FS00 code, right? We'll use this to create a GL. I'll click on create. I'll put the GL. I'll click enter. Then this technical carrier account is the balance sheet account, and the account group is what is a liability, or you can choose because we created an account group called technical clearing account. So we'll put it here, and then we'll put the short text. The short text will be technical clearing account, right? So I'll just copy it and put it in long text account, right? And then I'll come to control data. I'll put NGN. Now, remember, this technical clearing is an asset related kind of. So we need to put asset as reconciliation account. We need to put this asset as reconciliation account. Then we come to create bank interest and put a fee status group. So let's look for its clearing account or asset clearing account. Can you see this asset clearing account? I'll just put this, and then I'll just save it. So you see, I've saved this technical clearing account. Then I'll go back to my previous screen, which is this. I'll click enter again. Now you can see the system has allowed it because I've created it. So I'll just go ahead and save. I'll save it. So I'm saving it already. I'll go ahead. I'll continue to save it, and then I'll go back. We used the error part to come to this configuration area. So I'll just go back, continue clicking and going back. I'll cancel. Then I'll come to this place again. I could start again, but if I click enter, I think the error should change. You can see, aha. Can you see this? Reconciliation account is missing in master record. Correct master record. So you can see it's saying reconciliation account is missing. So what does this thing mean? We'll double click it and see to see the error details. Okay, just hold on, let me show us the error details. So it's saying reconciliation account is missing in master record, correct master record. What does this mean reconciliation account is missing in master record? So first of all, let's take it one by one. Let's look at the asset technical clearing account we just created. Let's look at what the technical clearing account we just created. Let's look at it first. So look at this and let's go back. I think the screen is still open. Technical clearing account. We are choosing reconciliation account asset, which is correct. Now, which of the reconciliation account is it pointing us to? Is it okay, let me see again. Let me see the error again. Just 1 minute. Let me double click. Let me see the error again. This one. So it's saying reconciliation account is missing in master record. Correct master record message in F541. Okay, fine. Let's look at possible thing. So what we can do is check, see, so let's check a couple of things. So first of all, let's check FS00, which is the GL we just created, right? And I think we've assigned that reconciliation account to it, which is this technical clearing account. Because you need to assign asset as reconciliation account, right? So I've done that. And then we've also created a reconciliation account for the vendor, which is this. So let's look if the vendor has been signed. So I'm searching for the vendor. The vendor we are using is this. I'm sure I've explained this business pattern before now. So this is reconciliation account is fine. So what I can do is let's go back. I think what we need to do, because sometimes when you just resolve an error, we just assign the technical clearing account to it. What we just need to do is to refresh or to go back and start again. So again, we'll start again so that the system can see it properly. then I'll pick 01, then I'll go ahead with the text, the reference, and then go down and put my vendor code, which is this. I'll go inside, yeah, continue. I'll put the what they call it 1000, and then I'll put the text. So I'll put the what they call it debit, which is 70. I'll put the account, the asset code now in this case. I'll put the transaction type 100. I'll click enter. Oh, good. You can see it has taken us away from that angle. So now I can use asterisk to fetch the what do you call it, the value in the other account. If I click enter, you can see it has fetched that. I can use plus sign to fetch the text in the other line item. So you can see it has fetched that. So what I will do now is to go to documents and then I'll click on simulate. So now I've simulated, but I'm having some error. So first of all, you can see we are crediting the vendor, which is this. We are crediting the vendor, and then we are debiting the what? So we are debiting the asset. You can see this is the asset code. Remember, this is the asset code. And now, but the asset code is integrated indirectly with the what? You can see this GL. This GL was the GL we just created, which is technical clearing account. This is the GL we just created. But we are faced with an error. First, let's resolve this error, and then we'll come back. So the error is saying that you cannot post to asset in company code JY fiscal year 2024. Why? So let's look at the details of the error. They say you cannot post to asset in company code GY001 fiscal year 2025. Message: balance carry forward not yet executed for company code GY01. So the system is telling us balance carry forward not yet executed for. You remember we did balance carry forward to 2023, right? But we've not done balance carry forward to what, to 2024. You remember that we did balance carry forward 2023, but we did not do balance carry forward 2024, and that's why we are zero. So let's first look at this and resolve that. Now, first of all, at what point is the system saying 2023 and 2024? I'll open another screen, then I'll go to accounting, then I'll just show you financial accounting, then I'll come to assets. Remember, I came to this place under periodic processing to show us the fiscal year and the what the end year end closing. Now, you see this FACMP, I know I've shown you this before, and this is where you indicate, this is where you see the current standing of the years of the asset. So you can see this is highest fiscal year, which is 2023. So the asset highest fiscal year is in 2023, while the close fiscal year is in 2022. How can you close to an asset when the fiscal year is in 2020? So we need to change this thing to what, 2024. We need to change the highest fiscal year of the asset to what, to 2024. So after we change it, and how do we change it? We need to close 2023. We need to close, first of all, we need to close 2023 and then open 2024. That's the process. We need to close 2023, just like we did here. We closed 2022 and then open 2023. So we need to close 2023 and then open 2024. So how do we close 2023 in assets? We use AJAB. AJAB is the tick code AJAB, close asset fiscal year. AJAB is used to close what? Asset fiscal year. So let's use AJAB. Let me use it to find the path. Okay. So you can also use this place to close this asset. You can use this to also close this asset. All you just need to do, okay, let's do something. Let's do something. Let me go back. So, and you can look for the path to close the, what do you call it, but I'll just use the T code at this point. Let me just use the T code /AN/NAJAB. So this is the company code. Then which year, fiscal year to be closed? Which fiscal year do you want to close? So I'll just say 2023 is what I want to close. I'll put it on test mode and execute. Put it on the test mode and execute. So now you can see there are some error. So it's saying legacy data transfer date 0101 is in a closed fiscal year. Company code JY is being processing whatever. So what this thing is saying is that I'm processing something. And so let me close out all the items that I'm playing so that, let me close this one as well. Let me see if I'm still opening anywhere. So I think I'm fine. I'm just AGAB, which is AJAB. So again, I want to close 2023. I'll put it on first mode and execute. Okay, so now the error is saying that legacy data transfer date 0101 is a closed fiscal year. Okay, if it's a closed fiscal year, so what do? We want to close it. Let's see. Okay, it said it's a closed fiscal year, right? So if it's closed, so let's do something. Let's do balance carry forward then. How do we get to balance carry forward? We said accounting, we said initial accounting, we said fixed assets, then we said periodic processing, then we said year end closing, fiscal year change order. So we do balance carry forward. Let's do balance carry forward as C. Company code is JY01. And then carry forward here. We say we want to carry forward to 2024. So let's see. Let's put it on test mode and execute. So we're executing and then posting to 2020 during the run lead to incorrect result. Okay, so let's go ahead. I think we're fine. It's giving us a green check mark. So let's click on the green check mark. We are clicking on this. I think this system is finding something. So we have this restaurant, the show message work. So I think I'm fine. You can see all the items are fine. So what we can do is to go back. We'll go back. Let's go back and remove the test run and just execute. We'll execute. So I'll go ahead, continue. So let's open the bits. So and then let me see if I can come to. Wait a minute, it's giving us an error. Okay, I think I'm fine. I'll go back. So let me check this one. I'll just close this one. This one now, let me check this one, which is FA, simply just to confirm whether the thing has changed, whether the highest fiscal year of the asset is not 2024. Can you see? The highest fiscal year for the asset is now what? It's now 2024, and now close period 2023. Can you see that? This is how to do this. So 2024 is open now. So let's go back to our assets. Let's go back to what the acquisition. We're trying to acquire an asset. So let me just go to the acquisition again. I'll say F-90, F-90, then I'll put the posting date. Okay, I'll just put the reference at the same time. I'll put the acquisition, then I'll just quickly go down and then put the vendor. Then I'll continue. First, I'll continue. So I'll put the amount, which is 1,000. Then I'll just put the text, which is Philip purchase of Philip Iron. I'll put the posting key, which is 70 debits. I've explained this part before, so I'm just repeating it because of the error we encountered. So I'll put this as in. Now go inside. Now post asterisk, fetch the amount in the first line item. I'll put plus sign to fetch the what do you call it for the other time, for the other line item. So I'll just simulate again. I'll go to document, perform to simulate. And now we are here. Again, you can see the previous error that we're facing has also surfaced out. The previous error was saying that we cannot post in 2024, which I just shown us that 2024 asset fiscal year was not open. That's the reason why you cannot post into the asset in what 2024, because 2024 was the highest fiscal year before now was 2023. I'm sure we've seen it. So you can go back and see what we. So now this another error, which is count KTANSW, whatever cannot be found. So I'll just show us this part. So you can see this is what it means. It said account KTAN. This is a field name. This KTAN is a field name. Balance sheet accounts for APC could not be found in area 01. So what this error is saying is that in asset accounting there are some things you need to do before you can acquire an asset. So I'll just click on this. Then I'll show us. So where do you find this thing? You come to okay, let me just show us.
So let's go through the parts, which is you have to come to financial accounting, asset accounting, right? So you see the financial accounting, asset accounting, then you have to come to integration with general ledger accounting, then define Now, you remember we did something on technical clearing accounts. So, but where we're actually going to is assign GL account. This assign GL account is under integration with general ledger account. So let's quickly look at the T code. So the T code is A0090, as you can see from my screen. The T code is A0090, and then we'll go inside now. Then you have to put your chart of depreciation, which is JY01. You click enter your keyboard, or you click on the green check mark, then it will bring you to this place. Select the JY01 and click on account determination. Now we'll look for our account determination. Remember, account determination, one of the prerequisites to create your asset class is account determination. Remember, when we're creating our asset class, we created account determination, we created screen layout, and we created number ranges, and with all this, we were able to assign it inside the asset class and then save the asset class, right? So now we'll go look for our account determination. We have created one before, so we'll just look for it. We'll look for it. So let's go down a little bit, and then yes, I think I've seen it. Let's go back. Train one. Yes, train one, which is 113200. We'll select it and then click on the balance sheet account. We'll select it and then we'll click on the balance sheet accounts. So here now, as you can see, this is the environment where we need to do some mapping. You can see the position area. The error is talking about the position area 1, right? So the balance sheet account, this is the place we'll map our GL. So again, let's just try to see the error again. But irrespective of that, I think this is the error message. You can see this is the field. This is the name on the field of the error. KTANSW is the field. Now let's look at it. You right click and click on help. Let's cancel this so that I'll show you properly. Right click on the field and click on help, and then you go to technical. Then you see on the field name, you see KTANSW. This is the field name, and if you look at the error also stated clearly that KTANSW balance sheet on depreciation area 01 is not maintained, right? Under this account determination. Now you wonder, how are these things connected to each other? At what point is the GL connected to account determination, right? If you remember, when we started the asset accounting module, we explained some of the determinants or something that are dependent on one another, right? So we'll go ahead and create a GL using T code FS00. We'll create a GL and then we'll put the 1132. You can see our naming culture, our naming convention is the same. The account determination, the GL, the asset class, the screen layout, and whatever. Now we are going ahead to create the GL. We'll click on balance sheet because the GL we are creating asset falls under balance sheet, and the account group is fixed assets. Now we'll give it a name. We'll just put train 1. We'll copy it and paste it on the long text, which is train 1 as well. We'll go to control data. Under this control data, we need to ensure that it's a reconciliation account, asset reconciliation account. Remember, when we said something about the subledgers in SAP FI, we said the subledgers are the asset accounting, account payable, account receivable, and the GL accounnt, right? And we cannot post to an asset code. An asset code is a subcode, is a subledger. Since they fall under subledgers, since account payable and receivable fall under subledgers, it means that when you are creating a GL, you have to create them as, when you are creating a GL for these subledgers, you have to create them as reconciliation accounts and assign them or map them to the subledgers. Well, I will show you some example. Now just give me some time. I will show you the example. But let me just further explain what this thing means. This GL is a record. We have to create it as a record account. I will explain it to you with the vendor that we have created before now. But let me assign this, let me create this, and I'll save this one, then I'll come back to explain it better. So you go to create bank interest, and then we select a fee status group. We look for one that is probably assets. So we can select probably maybe asset account with accumulated depreciation, or assets area clearing account. So let's try to find any. If we find more than that, so as you can see, we don't have more other fee status group in the system. The ones we have is assets account with or accumulated depreciation, or asset area clearing account. So we just select the asset, the first one, and then we'll save it. So now we have saved the what they call it, the GL, with the name train 1. So let's quickly show you the reconciliation account that I've created before now, which is the vendor reconciliation account 2020-30. And then let's go to BP. Let's go to BP to show us a vendor code, which is a subledgers, and show us the reconciliation account that was mapped to it, right? So we use /NBP, and then Imam is the vendor we're looking at. We click on start on our keyboard, or we click enter on our keyboard. We double click on the line item, and then we'll go to, so as you can see, reconciliation account. You can see 2020-30. That's the reconciliation account. So we created a vendor code which is 600, I think 660. That's 60060, and then we mapped it to the vendor, to the GL account called 2020-30. Can you see that? We mapped it to the GL code. So everything you post, every item or every transaction you post in 660 automatically goes to the what? To the account 2020-30. So for every GLs that you create under local vendor will be mapped to this local vendor, and then they flows to it. So on your TB, what you see on your TB is 2020-30. That's what you see, because it's a GL. That's what you see in your TB. But the posting you do on your vendor comes to what? To your GL. So you can see how we created the account. We created the GL vendor account, vendor reconciliation account, and assigned K vendor as a recon account. The same thing we did just earlier on the asset is the same thing we just did. We did with the vendor as well. You can see for every GL that is a recon account, you have to assign the corresponding recon account to it, whether vendor, asset, or customer. So for the asset, we double click on it so that we see the recon account that was assigned to the asset. As you can see, we see recon account is what? Asset. This is what you need to do for the asset code that you create for the postings to flow into the what? Into the account. So let's quickly go back to the balance sheet account where we assign the GL. So let's quickly assign the recon account we created, which is the GL asset GL that we created, train 1. So we'll double click it, and then we'll save this one. We'll save it. Yes, let's go ahead and save, and then we're fine. So let's go back to the entry where we are trying to post our transactions. Let's go back to, yes, so we are here now. So I'll just double click inside to see if, just to assume that I'm editing anything. I'm not editing anything. I'll just simulate again, and then after simulation, I'll just click on post and see if there are other errors in it. And you remember we are showing you this error simply because we want you to understand that when you are in a live system and you are configuring the system, there are possible errors that will come up. So you can see we are posting it, and then it will go through. Okay, at this point I think we still have other errors called interval 01 J1 in 2024. So what this thing simply means is that we have not created a GL, we have not created a number range, rather, as pardon me, it's a slip of tongue. So interval 01 subject J1 to year 2024 does not exist in ref. So what this thing means is that we need to create the interval 01, the number range 01 in the system for the posting to be able to go through in 2024. So create a missing number range interval in customizing, right? That's what the system is telling us. So we'll close this error and quickly go ahead and create the number range. So let's open another screen. I'm using Ctrl N to open another screen, and then I'll use the T code FBN1. I'm using the code FBN1, then I'll put my company code, which is JY01, and then I'll click on interval, and then I'll create the 01. So I'll click on the plus sign, and then I'll put 01. I'll put 204. Then I'll try to put the number range now. Let me see what I can use. I'll just use one. I can use 5. Let me use 5 series. Let me just say 54000 something, and then I'll put 559. Yes, I'll just use this, and then I'll click enter on my keyboard. I'll just save this. Yeah, I'll just save this. I'll save this. So I'll just go back to the initial screen. So I'll just click on, I could click on straight, post straight, or just to, I'll just go ahead and post directly. So there are other errors, and we need to look at this error. So it's talking about correct the customized setting for ledger for the universal journal, things ACDOC whatever. So before we do that, let's check the possible errors. You double click on the things here. So we double click here, and then so the system is telling us this, that ledger E1, ledger F1, ledger TA, that we need to assign posting period variant to them. So the system is saying we should assign posting period variant to E1, F1, and TA. So what we do is that, so I didn't create any ledger called E1, F1, TA at the point of creating this. So what I'll just do is that I'll go back, I'll open another screen, and I'll just use, I say SIMG or SPRO. I'll go to SPRO this time. Then I'll go to financial accounting, and then I'll go to financial accounting global setting. Then I'll go to ledger. Then I'll go to ledger as well. Then I'll go to define settings for ledger and currency types. And then I'll click enter, the green check mark. Then I'll look at the leading ledger. I'll click on company code settings. So I want to confirm if the posting period has been assigned to my company code. Then I'll just click on position. I click on JY01. Then I'll drive to the right hand to see if the posting period has been assigned. As you can see, my posting period variant has been assigned because I'd already created it before and I've assigned it. However, I'm having those errors for those respective ledger. Remember, I've explained what ledger means, and so I'm just checking if the accounting principal have been assigned to that ledger. So again, let me just check the error messages again. Let me see the error messages, and so that I'll be able to. So I'll just click on post again to see the error message. I'll click on view details, then I'll click on things CHKES. Then so I think the error message is clear. It's saying that you need to maintain posting period to E1, F1, and TA, right? It's saying 0L is okay. That's what that thing means, upward. If you see the green check mark is saying it's fine, the red check mark is saying it's not good. So what we do is to go and delete the ledger that were automatically mapped to my company code. I do not know what happened. It could be that at the point when I'm creating or configuring the system, I might have gone ahead to copy a company code or a company code setup. So I'll just go back and then delete this ledger. We'll have to go and delete this ledger, and since we have not posted to it, but mind you, if you have posted to this, so you have somehow posted into this account, or you have posted into a ledger, you will find it difficult to delete those ledger that were automatically assigned or incorrectly assigned to your ledger. So we'll just look for E. Remember, it talks about E1, which is E1 F1 TA. So we'll just select E1 and then select company code setting and see if our company code existed in this. We'll click on position, and then we'll click on JY01, and then we'll select it and just delete it with the minus check mark on top of our ribbon. We'll save it. We'll click on Ctrl S or save it with the button, and then continue then I'll also look for that F1 and TA. So again, I'll go back to ledger, I'll select F1, click on company code setting and continue. Then I'll search my company code JY01, and then JY01 I'll delete it as well because I do not need this ledger. You see, if you don't delete this ledger, I will tell you, let's just continue our configuration. Continue. Then again, I'll go to the ledger again. I'll find is it TA? Let me check. TA, right? I'm selecting TA, and then I'll click on the company code setting as well, and then click on the gray check mark on continue your keyboard. I'll look for my company code JY01, and then I'll select it and then delete it. Then I'll click on Ctrl S or click on save button. Good. At this point, I think I'm fine. I'll just go back. I'll exist from here. Click cancel. I'll do as if I want to edit something in the item. I'll go back. Then I'll post. Good. Voila, you can see we've been able to post into, we've been able to acquire an asset. As you can see, the document number is 195 series. So we've been able to acquire an asset at this point. So now let me just point out something here. Remember when we initially when we came into the screen F-90, it showed us that the number range has not been created, which is we created 19, which is number range 19, and we created 195 for 2024. Now you would imagine the other one, the old one, that's the number range 01. Remember that, I think. So let's just continue. You will understand better when we go ahead. So this is an ABAP error. I think we need to leave this for the ABAP part. So would let the ABAP know about this so that they can fix that error. And so let's just check one or two reports. So let's check the vendor line item report. Let's check the vendor line item report. We use FBL1N is the T code to check the line item for vendor. So we'll put the vendor, which is IMA. So we'll select IMA, and then I'll just select all item and then execute, and then look at what we just posted. You remember we purchased a Philip of iron, purchase of Philip iron Philip rather, anyone. So, and then here's the item. So again, this for the vendor. So we'll come back to treat the payment of the vendor later in a later video. So, but first let's look at the asset record first. So to look for an asset or to see the asset register, right, we'll come through financial accounting, then asset, fixed asset rather, then we'll come to assets, then we'll AW01N. AW01N is the asset register. So we'll double click it, and then we'll put the asset code. I think the system is slowing down a little bit. So now you can see the asset code is already imputed, or the system has automatically recognized the asset code that we created. So as you can see, this is the asset code, and this is the value, which is 1000. This is the acquisition value, 1000. And then if you go to the ordinary depreciation, that's the expected depreciation, which is 20 naira, right? This 20 naira. So that's 20 naira. So I think I need to also show you the planned depreciation, but before then, let me quickly show us something why that 20 is coming up. If you go to your depreciation area, we have assigned a depreciation key. We have assigned a depreciation key to it at the point when we were creating the asset code, right? Remember when we created the asset code, we assigned the depreciation key. So this is GL20, and we said the useful life should be 5, right? So this is what we did. So maybe in the next video would show us we will also explain the depreciation key, how they are configured and how they are used. Let's quickly check the asset values and look at it again, and then let's show us the planned depreciation. Going to what do you call it? Let's go to posted value, and there you'll be able to see the scheduled depreciation that ought to take place in a year. Remember, we posted this item 01/01/2024. So all those 1, 2, 3, 4, those are period, meaning that 167 needs to be depreciated every month. 167 needs to be depreciated every month. So that's what this thing means. In subsequent video, I would explain this thing better. Thank you very much.